Good afternoon, everyone. It's again February the 14th, 2025. The next video I'm going to put up is on the tiny houses. This is about the homeless and a person who's built them like these small little huts for them to live in Toronto. And they're apparently in a public park and they want to move them. And I think it's in many ways, a shame that they're being moved. If you have to have those little tiny huts to compare to tents and all the stuff and garbage with tents, these do look a lot cleaner. I can understand the city's concern in a way, but then on the other hand, where are you going to move them to? And this is a lot of concern. It's a person who's done their best to try and help out the homeless, which should be very much appreciated, but I don't see why the city cannot find them a better place to put these little tiny homes in the city rather than on public property. Or does the city have an empty space on city property that they could be placed on? I don't see what the big kerfuffle is all about, let's put it that way. I think it's a shame that they keep getting moved, and I can understand them. They want to stay in their little tiny huts and just be in a safe spot. And certainly with the way the housing slowdown is and everything else that's going on with housing right now and affordability and that, it's one way of definitely housing people. It's certainly not the best way, but at least they've got a little shelter. And if it's run properly in an empty space, where there's a fire hydrant handy. I know they've been kind enough to have fire extinguishers right away for them to use in the little huts as it's showing in the film, and they're easily movable due to the fact that they're showing that they're on wheels. I don't see what the big problem is here in my thinking. I think everyone can agree. I mean, we've all agreed that the homeless need some place to stay and some place to go. Well, if we keep fighting over how we're going to do affordable housing and everything else, at least since they've been up since I think they said, was it October or November? I can't remember when they established them in the park there. At least I don't believe we had to worry about them freezing to death, at least, which is another big worry. I understand that, things are rough. Why can't the city just come up with something positive and a place to put these people for the time being until they can come up with something better? Because there's a lot of people that'd rather sleep and they'd rather die outside than go into a shelter even. So I mean, at least it gives them a little place to be safe and a door to lock, and it's better than what we've got so far in some ways, that we can't comply with everybody. And with the uncertainty of the future, this may be what we're all going to be living in, little tiny homes like that. With the political front the way it is, and if everything collapses in on us, and with the high cost of everything, and all these people want their money, and if we can't afford it, everybody's going to be chucked out of their apartments and their homes. Everything's just going skyrocketing in expenses. So this might be an inexpensive way of finding a place for these people in these little huts, temporarily at least, for a few years, and that's what it looks like it's going to be until we can get somewhere ahead on housing. So I just want people to think on it and be thankful that I'm thankful that I've got a roof over my head, but I keep thinking, and I see all these people and people still trying to get into the building here, and one woman getting in and sleeping where she shouldn't have been in, and they've been doing amazing things around here to try and get around our security measures that we've taken in the building. Like it was a plexiglass door. What they did was they turned around, they used a blowtorch to put just a little teeny weeny hole right where the latch was, so they could put something inside the door and pull a latch open, so they could open the door from the inside, from the outside and inside, so that they could open the door and to get in. And then they tried to put a glass, and they burnt another hole right through the glass to get another little something into the hole again and open it from the inside. And they've tried boarding it up, and it's still boarded right now. And so they're trying to figure out what they're going to do about this now. But this is how desperate people are. And if people are that desperate, why not have these little tiny houses? At least they're there. We know they're there. The fire department, and the police department, everybody can be aware they're in an empty lot, perhaps, that the city has somewhere. But at least we have some place for them, and it's better than sleeping on the streets. And it's certainly a lot nicer looking than at the tents cities that we're seeing right now. And if garbage disposal can come by and from the city and just make sure all the garbage is cleaned up, I don't see why this might not work temporarily. So I'm going to leave it there for everybody, and I just want everybody to think on it. And have a great day. We'll talk again soon. And be safe, and watch your surroundings, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.